Hello, children. Hope you're all safe and good. Today, we are going to learn about adaptation of animals based on food. Before that, let's recall our last video class. Animals are found everywhere. Each animal, from largest blue whale to the tiniest of insects and worms, are well adapted to live in their particular habitat. Some animals can live only in water. Example, fish. And some animals can live only in the forest or on land. Example, tiger. We humans could not live in water, but aquatic animals can live in water only. All living things need food to live. Plants make their food in their leaves by the process of photosynthesis. But animals cannot make their own food. They depend either plants or other animals. They are found almost everywhere, in water, in the hot desert, in the oceans, in the forest, on hills, and in polar region. They adjust with their surroundings to live. And we can find that a particular animal is found in a particular place. So, that place is a habitat for that animal. For example, a lion lives in the forest, and the forest is lion's habitat. A fish lives in water, and water is its habitat. And we can find rabbits and rats in burrows, and that's their habitat. We can find camel in the desert. So, desert is a habitat for camel. Now, answer my question. What is habitat for polar bear? I'll repeat the question. What is habitat for polar bear? Yes, polar bear lives in very cold region. So, habitat means the place or surroundings where an animal survives or lives is called its habitat. I'll repeat again. Habitat means the place or surroundings where an animal survives or lives is called its habitat. The animals can get food and shelter from the habitat. The animals live in their particular place or habitat to find food, to protect themselves, and to raise their young ones. So, they change themselves to live in that particular habitat. This is called adaptation. So, adaptation means the living organisms can change or adapt themselves to suit the environment. It's called adaptation. I'll repeat again. Adaptation means the living organism can change or adapt themselves to suit the environment. It's called adaptation. If the living organism does not change or adapt themselves with the environment, they will die. Animals are found everywhere, in desert, in water, and on hill, etc. So, they can be divided into different groups based on various adaptation, such as based on their habitat, food, shelter, protection, backbone, moving types, hunting ways, etc. In our lesson, we have 3 types of adaptation. The first one is adaptation based on their habitat. And the second one is adaptation based on food. And the third one is adaptation based on protection. Now, let's see the first one. Adaptation based on habitat. So, what does mean by habitat? Habitat means the place or surroundings where an animal can survive or lives is called habitat. I'll repeat again. Habitat means the place or surroundings where an animal can survive or lives is called habitat. Depending upon their habitat, the animals can be divided into 5 groups. 1. Terrestrial animals. 2. Aquatic animals. 3. Amphibians. 4. Arboreal animals. And the 5 is aerial animals. Okay, children. What is terrestrial? Yes, terrestrial means land. Isn't it? So, the animals which live on land are called terrestrial animals. Once again, I'll repeat. Animals which live on land are called terrestrial animals. Example, lion, tiger, cow, goat, horse, giraffe, etc. On land, we have forests, deserts, mountains, cold places like polar region, etc. Forest. Forest is a large area that is covered with trees and plants. It provides shelter for a large variety of animals such as lion, tiger, giraffe, bear, etc. In many forest animals live on trees. Example, monkey and birds. Several types of insects live on the forest floor. Rats, snakes, and moles or live inside the burrows under the ground. Desert. A desert is a dry, often sandy region that receives very little rainfall. Water is hard to find in desert. There we can find camels, rattlesnakes, ground squirrels, etc. Polar region and mountain. The polar region and high mountains are extremely cold and covered with snow. Polar bear, seals, and walrus are found in polar region. The terrestrial animals use their lungs as breathing organs and their legs to walk. A snake lives on land, but it does not have legs. It crawls with the help of its scale. A camel, which lives in the desert, its long legs keep the body away from the hot sand, while its thick lips and tongue help it to eat the thorny bushes found in the desert. The camel's hump is a storehouse of fat that it uses when it does not get any food or water for days on end. A polar bear, terrestrial animal that lives in the extremely cold polar region, has very thick fur which protects it from extreme cold. It eats lots of fish and stores fat in its body. This helps it to survive the long winter months when there is no food available. Unlike man, there are some animals which become inactive during winter. Animals like bat, frog, mice, bear, and lizards sleep through winters since the body are unable to adjust the low temperatures. These animals are called hibernating animals, and their winter sleep is called hibernation. 2. aquatic animals. Children, what is aquatic? Yes, aquatic means water. So, animals which lives in water are called aquatic animals. I'll repeat again. Animals which live in water are called aquatic animals. Example, ducks, dolphins, whales, swans, octopus, jellyfish, sea hearts, etc. We humans cannot live in water, but they can because they has certain special features that helps to live in water. They have gills to breathe. The oxygen from water enters into its body through the gills. The fins and tail help it to swim and balance in water easily. They all feed on aquatic plants and other water creatures. Some birds live in water or near water bodies. Ducks have webbed feet and turtles have flippers to swim in water. Cranes and flamingos have long, thin legs that help them paddle through the water. They feed on fish, which they catch with their long beaks. 3. Amphibians. Animals that can live on land and in water are called amphibians. I'll repeat again. Animals that can live on land and in water are called amphibians. Example, frog, toads, salamanders. They are able to live in water as well as on land. They breathe through their lungs, where on land, the moist skin helps them to breathe when they are in water. They also have legs, and the legs, feet are webbed. That helps them to swim. Now, let's talk about reptiles. Can you give me an example for crawling animals? Snake. Yes, children. The animals that crawl on land are called reptiles. Some have legs. Also, most of these animals breathe through their moist skin, such as snake, crocodile, lizards, and alligators. 4. Arboreal animals. Animals that spend most of their time on trees are called arboreal animals. I'll repeat again. Animals that spend most of their time on trees are called arboreal animals. Koala bear, monkeys, chameleons, lizards, squirrels live on trees most of the times. Arboreal animals have strong claws to cling to branches. Monkeys have long, strong tail with which they can swing from the branches of trees. 5. Aerial animals. Animals that spend most of their time in air are called aerial animals. I'll repeat again. Animals that spend most of their time in air are called aerial animals. We can see variety of birds. Still, there are thousands of birds on the earth. Birds have a unique ability to fly. For this, their body has been adapted naturally. They have some special features that are: 1. They have a light body. 2. The bones are light in weight and are hollow. 3. They have 2 wings and 2 legs. 4. The body is covered with feathers. 5. They have strong beaks to pick up or tear their food. 6. Tail to balance during flight. Some very common birds are crow, sparrow, eagle, pigeon, robins, and vultures. Some birds like ostrich, kiwi, and penguins are big and heavy and cannot fly. They are called flightless birds. Now, let's talk about the second one, that is adaptation based on food. We all need food to live. We cannot live without food. If you feel hungry, what will you do? You just go and ask your mom, "Mom, I feel so hungry," isn't it? And your mom prepare food and feed you. But if the animals get hungry, means what they will do? Yes, they depend upon other animals or plants. Animals like lion, tiger, cheetah, or get their food by the way of hunting. They hunt small animals like deer, buffalo, etc. But domestic animals graze plants and grass as food. All the animals are grouped into many categories based on their food habits. In our lesson, we have 5 types of food habits. The first one is herbivores, 2 carnivores, 3 omnivores, 4 scavengers, and 5 parasites. Now, let's see the first one, herbivores. What is meant by herb? Yes, herb means plants. So, animals that eat only plants are called herbivores or herbivorous animals. I'll repeat again. Animals that eat only plants are called herbivores or herbivorous animals. Example, cow, goat, giraffe, etc. These animals have a thick pad called hard dental pad in the upper jaw and sharp incisors in the lower jaw. These help them to hold and pull out grass and leaves. Carnivores. Animals which eat other animals are called carnivores or carnivorous animals. I'll repeat again. Animals which eat other animals are called carnivores or carnivorous animals. Example, lion, tiger, cheetah, etc. They therefore have sharp cannons to tear flesh and stronger jaws crush flesh and bones. Flesh-eating birds like eagles have very sharp and hooked beaks that can tear the flesh of small animals. Omnivores. Animals that eat both plants and animals are called as omnivores. I'll repeat again. Animals that eat both plants and animals are called as omnivores. Example, humans, bears, crows, rats, etc. We humans eat both plant products such as fruits, vegetables, and pulses. And also we eat chicken, mutton, fish, prawn, egg, etc. Bears love to eat fish and also honey. Humans are the best example of omnivores. They have well-developed cannons for tearing flesh as well as broad and flat molars for crushing vegetable matters. Scavengers. Some animals eat flesh for the remaining of dead animals. These are called scavengers. Example, hyena, hawk, and vulture. And the last one is parasites. Some animals live on or inside the bodies of other living animals or organisms to get their food to live. These are called parasites. I'll repeat again. Some animals live on or inside the bodies of other living animals or organisms to get their food to live. These are called parasites. Example, lice, leeches, and mosquitoes. These sucks the blood of their host. Who is the host? I'll explain it. Host is the owner of a house or a program, and the ones who come to watch or visit called guest. The same way, mosquitoes and lice are our guest, and we are the host because it lives on or inside us and other living organisms. So, lice suck the blood through the sucking tubes from the host. Now, let's see the eating habits of animals. Different animals eat different types of food. The kind of foods that they eat depends upon the shape of their mouth, jaws, and teeth. Some animals swallow their food. For example, frog, lizard, and snake do not have teeth to bite or chew the food. Frog and lizards catch their prey with the help of sticky tongue. The snake can open its mouth very wide to swallow its prey. Some animals chew the cud. Animals like cow, buffalo, and camel first nibble their food and put it inside their bodies. When they relax, bring back part of their food from inside into their mouth. Then they chew it properly. This is called chewing the cud. These animals have very strong and broad back teeth which help them in chewing. Some animals tear their food. Animals like lion, tiger, dog, fox, and cat first tear the flesh with their sharp pointed front teeth. Then they chew it with their grinding teeth. Some animals gnaw their food. Rabbit, squirrel, and rat have sharp front chisel-like teeth. With these teeth, they can bite even hard and rough food grains and other things. Some animals suck their food. Insects like butterfly, mosquitoes, and leech have a long tube-like structure. This helps them to suck their food. Leech is a worm-like insect which feeds by attaching itself to some other animals and suck its blood. And the third one is adaptation based on protection. Some animals like deer, fox, zebra, etc. are very fast to protect themselves from the big animals like tiger, lion, cheetah, etc. Now, let's talk about some special features of animals which help them to protect. In jellyfish, they have stinging cells on their tentacles as protection from other animals. They drag their long tentacles through water to trap the small turtles and fish to eat. Many smaller fish together and form large groups called schools. They then swim as a single unit. This gives them strength in number and increases the chance of survival as predators can confused. The leafy horse is a small fish which has a network of leaf-like flaps along its body. This gives it a perfect camouflage amongst the seaweeds where it lives. Children, do you know about camouflage? I'll explain it. Some animals like chameleon can change their body color to match the color with its surroundings when they are in danger. This is called camouflage. By this way, they protect themselves from enemies. Some animals like snails, tortoise, and turtles are protected by a shell. When these animals sense danger, they will get back to the shell. The porcupine covered with spines. The spines can give painful wounds to the enemies. Animals have more special features, characters, and sense. We can learn many things from them. Our Indian government and Worldwide Fund for Nature has launched the operation to save the endangered animals. The endangered species like tiger, panda, lion, elephant, and deers have to be saved and protect them from getting extinct. So we should not shoot them with guns, but shoot them with cameras and love them. Question time. Okay, children, try to find answer for the following questions. Question 1. Where do you find a lion? Where do you find a lion? Question 2. Where do you see a camel? Where do you see a camel? Question 3. Where does a fish live? Where does a fish live? Question 4. Where does a lotus plant grow? Where does a lotus plant grow? 5. Where does a cactus plant grow? Where does a cactus plant grow? Question 6. We cannot see any frogs during winter. Why? We cannot see any frogs during winter. Why? Question 7. Where do you find a bat? Where do you find a bat? And my last question is, which is the strongest animal in the world? Which is the strongest animal in the world? Good luck, children. Thank you.